Hello guys! I'm so happy to see you on my YouTube channel. My name is Nadia, I live and study in China. And if you find this video, you must be interested in Chinese literature and culture. If not, I will do everything what I can do to make you interested in that. So let's go! I'm passionate about reading and I read a lot. I read English literature, Russian literature, German literature, French literature, Chinese literature, so on. And I feel really sad that a lot of people, they don't know anything about Chinese literature and Chinese books. They don't know anything about Chinese authors and Chinese books. So I want to share with you something really good Chinese books. The first book is called Fairies of Liaozhai by Songling. They're fairy tales, really kind, really interesting to read, and from these fairy tales you can learn a lot about Chinese culture. And by the way, if you're learning Chinese language, you can read this book in Chinese. If your level is something about HSK 4, HSK 5, it will be enough. So have fun and I wish you good reading. I don't know what to say. I hope you will have fun reading it. The second book is called The 100 Chinese Senses by Amy Tan. She's a Chinese writer, but she was born in USA. And her parents, they immigrated from China, and she was born in USA. So this author from childhood, she had a mess in her head. Who is she? She's an American or she's a Chinese. She was raised under Chinese culture because her parents are Chinese and they always follow Chinese traditions. So in this book, the main character, she's looking for this answer. Who is she? She's a Chinese girl or she's an American girl? And when the main character arrived to China, she realized. What she realized? You can know about this if you read this book. I want to tell you about another Chinese writer. I want to tell you about another Chinese writer. Her name is Jung. She was migrated from China to UK because of pressure what she was under. Her books, they were banned in China because she wrote something really bad about Mao Zedong and about Chinese Communism Party. In this book, Swans, she wrote about her childhood during Chinese communism and during Mao Zedong's time. So if you're really interested in Mao Zedong, if you're really interested in Chinese and communism history, I recommend you to read this book. Do you want to know anything about ancient China? I will recommend you to read the book called Golden Plum Vase by unknown author. So that's how this book looks in Chinese, but I don't recommend you to read it in Chinese because it's really complicated and the author, he used traditional characters to write this book. So I recommend you to read this book in your language, and it must be big like this in your language, something like this. But doesn't matter that it's too big, you still will be interested in this book. This book is something like 50 Shades of Grey of 17th century. You can find a lot of, a lot of ideas, a lot of games, what you can try with your partner. Okay, I'm kidding. By the way, this book is really deep, and in this book you can find a lot of philosophical ideas and religious ideas and Buddhism ideas. And no need to take this book just as like as 50 Shades of Grey, because there are two storylines in this book. The first one is about bad behavior of Chinese businessman, like about his bloody life, bloody slutty life. And the second storyline is about Buddhism and philosophical ideas. So you can find something interesting especially for you. The fifth book is called Shanghai Baby by Wei Hui. There is a story about a girl, a young writer, who lives in Shanghai. This girl, she's really different from other Chinese girls. Some people think that the story based on the author herself, but I don't think so. I hope my video was really helpful for you, and Can you answer in comments below? Have you ever read Chinese literature? Don't forget about thumbs up, comments and follow me. So see you in next video. Bye bye. And by the way, I reply to all messages. Don't worry.